Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Ever since we've gotten together with her, we have learned so many different ways that acupuncture can support us in terms of our health and wellness. One of those ways is to improve your complexion, and she's spoken briefly in the past how acupuncture is sort of like Botox, can smooth wrinkles out, give you a better overall look to your skin, your face. Today, we're going to talk about acne. Very challenging, not just for teenagers, but also adults. Who knew acupuncture can help with that? She knows. She is based out of New York City, and she's Dr. Kelly. She's back with us. Welcome.
Thank you, Steve. How are you?
Very well, very well. It's great to have you back here. And here we go again, another challenge that many of us face, and acupuncture can support acne. Now, when you talked about it being sort of like Botox, I'm going to go by memory here. Getting acupuncture on your face increases the chi, call it the blood flow, and that kind of smooths things out. Is it doing the same thing for acupuncture? I'm sorry, for acne?
Actually, it does. I have, all kind of patients come in. Some patients, they're like, over 50 something come in for acupuncture for facial rejuvenation because, everybody want to look younger and more prettier. And it's pretty effective. They do look so much younger than the same age people who don't do acupuncture for the facial rejuvenation. I also have other patients, they're in their 30s or 40s, all kind of age, men or women, still have pimples. Some people, I ask them how long you have been, going on with pimple. They said since teenager never stops. So they're usually acne only happens to people like teenager, like you're like 13, 14. But nowadays, actually, it happens to all kind of age. Doesn't matter you're 30 or 40 or 20s or teenager. So now there is a question, why? Like
Hmm.
why it happened to all kind of age? So in Chinese medicine, we can explain. So in Chinese medicine, our spleen, if you remember, we may talk about a little bit before.
Yes.
So spleen in charge of the transform the nutrition we taking in to the, to the nutrition our body can use it. It's like digestion, right? When you just eat some broccoli, eat some like steak, your body cannot just use that. Your body have to, have several chemical reaction, then our body can use it. In Chinese medicine, spleen, of course, stomach, all other organs also play a big part. But spleen control the transformation. So if you have spleen deficiency, there could be a chance you have pimples even you're already past teenage.
Wow. So you're saying that it's very much diet related. It's what you eat. Now, it's the spleen that's doing the work, but it's it's only reacting to what you're eating. Could you potentially change your diet and reduce the number of breakouts on your face?
Yes, still you're right. So it's kind of like related with that. So I talked a lot about Chinese medicine doesn't like cold. So try
Mm.
to avoid cold drink, cold food. For example, if love sushi, eat ginger because they always serve ginger wasabi with the sushi right on the plate. There is a reason for it because sushi usually cold, like raw fish, even the rice is cold, everything is cold. Sushi is safe. That's why they always serve the sushi with ginger, with wasabi to neutralize that coldness. But a lot of people they just eat sushi and just leave the ginger, leave wasabi. So which is pretty bad for our spleen stomach because it's cold. So if you eat sushi for a long term, not only sushi, anything cold for a long term, you will damage your spleen, make your spleen more deficient. When your spleen deficient, you cannot really transform all the food you eat into the nutrition our body can use. Then when the result, not everybody showing the pimple on their face, but one of the choice or one of the possibility is some people, because their spleen is deficient, they cannot really transform the food. Then they have pimple on their face because our body just cannot really digest all the thing we are taking in. Then something have to come out. One way is showing up on the face as pimple.
We take it for granted how our body processes food, energy, everything that's going on there. We just assume, nah, you eat it, body will take care of it. No, I'm getting from you that's true to a point, but your body can't do everything. It's working sometimes overtime, trying to compensate for garbage that we eat. I mean, certainly eating sushi is not garbage, but to your point, if you don't adhere to the hot and cold food rule, your body's going to be fighting it. Going to be, and I always wondered why do they serve wasabi with it? Now I thought it was a flavor thing. Um, I'm seeing this in a very different light. And just because we say it's a cold food doesn't mean it's physically cold. Same thing for hot, right?
Yeah, so all the food have nature, like cold or hot or cooling or warm. So in general, meat are more hotter than vegetables. Vegetables and fruit usually are colder compared with the meat. But even in the meat, like chicken, lamb is the hottest. Then chicken, then beef, then pork. Pork is the coolest of the meat among all the meats. And that's why even when we cook, so different kind of cooking method also add the hotter or cooler nature. Like for example, if you fried the chicken, you make it even hotter, like a fried chicken. Let's even put more heat on the hot nature itself. So that's why I mentioned when you eat chicken, maybe make a soup with mushroom because mushroom is more cooling. So the hot and cooling nature add together, so make the chicken not so hot. But if you eat fried chicken at night, you're not gonna have a good sleep most of the chance because it's just too hot the nature.
Wow. So I wonder about this. I've started including ginger in my tea first thing in the morning, even during the day. I have it here. I'll just add it to tea. I hear it's healthy. I love the flavor. Adds a little zing to it. But now I'm wondering, adding ginger, according to what you've said, is adding some heat to whatever that somebody's consuming. So if it's a cup of tea, the tea's already hot, right? Now you're adding more hot. That's the ginger. Is that a bad thing?
Actually, even tea, different kind of tea also have different nature. For example, green tea is on the cooling side. I think most people maybe like to drink green tea all the season. No matter summer or winter, they just drink green tea. But green tea is kind of like cooling actually. So if your body is on the colder side, when you drink green tea, you put in a little ginger, that's good because you are like a little bit young, deficient, or colder. In that way, it's good. So it's really dependent on what kind of, body nature you have. Some people, they already have a lot of yin deficiency. No, I won't suggest you to eat a lot of ginger. But if a person already have like coldness in their middle jaw, like stomach spleen, yeah, eat a little ginger is good for you. That's why Chinese medicine is everybody is different. We like really customize the treatment to each one individual. We never say, oh, this is good for everyone. No, we have to, look at your tongue, look at your pulse, ask question, then we say, oh, this is good for you.
But now we also have to add to that, you have that tea with breakfast. What's your breakfast? Is it hot? Is it cold? So there's a lot going on here that none of us ever realize unless you look deeper into Chinese medicine. Um, how do we understand all of this, and how can we use this info to have better digestion, better health, and everything? Is it, do we go online and we look to see what foods are cold and what are hot?
Um, well, I mean, when we were in Chinese medicine school, we did have class. We did have class about the nutrition, like what kind of food is hot, what kind of food is cooling. For example, cucumber is kind of on the cooling side,
Well,
but
okay, just
lettuce.
I want to add in there. There's a phrase, they're acting cool as a cucumber. That phrase has been around forever. So okay, there's some validity in that, backed up by a silly little quote. So would somebody come to you to learn more about this? To understand
Um,
what they should be eating, or is this now where we cross the bridge into somebody who's a Chinese nutritionist, maybe? I don't know.
yes, actually, all my patients, they love to talk to me after treatment. They ask me tons of questions. Like yesterday, there's a father and there's son came in. So the father has he had kidney stone before. Now he still have a little bit like painful urination. So I have been treating him for about a month. So he said his condition improved, not so painful anymore. But he said, oh, sometimes still feel a little bit. Then I asked him, do you eat anything spicy? He's he said yes because he's Korean. Korean people sometimes love spicy food. That's their tradition.
Hmm.
I said you should try to eat zero spicy food because your body already have damp heat. So when you eat spicy food, that hot, spicy, gonna come out from somewhere in your body, right? One way it come out from urine. That's why you feel like a burning sensation, frequent urination. So for person who have damp head, you have to avoid spicy food. Zero. That's period. Don't negotiate with me. Can I eat a little bit? No,
Wow.
no. That's gonna make it worse. So I mean in general, Chinese medicine like kind of like neutral, right? Not too hot, not too cold, unless your body has something needed hot, needed or the cold. In general, we like kind of like neutral. So it's really like I mean I try to do the podcast talk about the food nature, so let more people know. And my patients always ask me tons of questions about what kind of food I should eat. And some people did give me very positive feedback. Say, hi, Dr. Kelly, I listened to you. I start to eat the like the little yellow rice because the orange or yellow, the color is associated with stomach spleen. He said, oh, my stomach feels so much better. My spleen feels so much better. My cold hand and feet not so cold anymore. I literally feel the improvement. Thank you for your suggestion. Um, so I
Hmm.
mean, usually all the Chinese medicine doctors should know this, but I'm trying to promote the Chinese medicine so let more people know, because most of I think American people or even young Chinese people, they don't even know this. Or even they know, they don't want to. Like a lot of young people, Chinese people come to me. I ask them what kind of water you drink. They said cold water. I'm like, cold water not good for you. But they are like, it's just everybody drink cold water, so I just follow everybody else. But doesn't mean that's right.
Right. This is an education for all of us. So let's say somebody comes before you, they're an adult, they have acne, they have pimples, they have breakouts. Are you going to, before you do any acupuncture on them, are you going to talk with them? And this could apply to pretty much any situation. We'll just go with acne. We're talking about it today. Would you talk with them and find out what their diet is, find out what their lifestyle is, all of that, even before you take out one of the acupuncture needles?
You're absolutely right, Steve. So every patient come to me, I will do an intake. So I let it form. I will ask the question and fill in the form like what kind of food do you eat? Do you drink hot water or cold water? Do you feel hot or cold? Do you have night sweat? What do you have? How is your appetite? You know, do you feel you want to drink more water? Like how is your sleep? All kind of these questions will give me a very clear signal, like what this person is. Maybe the lifestyle is wrong, maybe the diet is wrong. There's something must be wrong. That's why we have problem. Like if a person is very healthy, like lifestyle is healthy, everything is right, the person shouldn't have any problem. But when a person has something wrong, there has to be something wrong in the person's lifestyle. So that's why we ask all the questions, we will figure out. Then I will give the suggestion, right? Like don't drink cold water, try to go to sleep before 11. Even you go to work out, try to don't overdo it. Because, we encourage people to do a little bit of workout, but don't overdo it. A lot of people they overdo it, then they hurt their muscle, then they sweat too much. For girls, if you sweat too much and you didn't really like drink a lot of water at enough, like quick enough, you can end up have like very short period, or even the period can disappear. I'm not joking. It happened to a lot of girls. They want to be skinny, they want to look good, then they work out like crazy, like sweat a lot, then ended up no period.
Is it possible, let's say somebody is kind of cold. They just feel a little chilly. Maybe the weather's not a hot day, but let's say, maybe it's 65 degrees and they just feel a little chill. Then they eat. And then an hour or so later, they realize, wow, I'm hot. And maybe feel just warm. And I'm not talking about hot flashes or anything like that, just feeling warmer. Is it possible that what somebody consumes could make them feel a different temperature?
Yes, actually, we do. Like, for example, if you go to just eat some salad, you do feel very cool. That's why I said for people who have like weak like spleen, don't just eat the salad. Eat the cooked vegetable. Yes, vegetable is good for you in general because a lot of people just eat meat, right? Fried chicken or steak. They don't eat vegetable. When they talk about, oh, I have a very healthy diet because I eat salad. No, salad doesn't mean it's healthy. If you're spleen deficient, salad can be bad for you because it's raw and usually it's cold. So your body had to use the energy to heat it up, to kind of like cook it. Then your body can digest it. So that's not good for you. I
Hmm.
mean, in general, vegetable is good. We should eat vegetable. We should eat protein. I always suggest patients eat balanced meal. We shouldn't just eat meat or just vegetables. But even a balanced meal doesn't mean salad is healthy.
So let's go a layer deeper. Yeah, I have salad. Yeah, maybe 3 times a week. I'll make it. I'll add some chicken. So there's some heat going in there with the chicken, right? Just to tell me if I'm doing this right. And then I like peppers, but I like them. I like them cooked, but in a salad don't have time, so I'll just chop up some peppers, throw that in there, maybe a cucumber, so that's the cool side of things. Would you say that in a way I'm balancing it out because I'm adding chicken, which you've said before is a hot type food, even though if it's cold chicken, it still has heat to it. So do the peppers. Obviously, the lettuce, that's all cold. Do you think that by adding those things to the salad, it's kind of balancing it out?
Uh, it kind of balance a little bit. So I think you're right. But again, anything cold, your body still need to warm it up
Hmm.
to to the temperature our body, our enzyme in our stomach, in our spleen, in the small intestine can digest it. So for that part, our body have to use energy first to warm it up. But again, you are right. Chicken is on the hotter side. So even a cold chicken, but the nature chicken is still hot. Pepper, if it's spicy, even you take out from the fridge, it's still hot. So the hot nature is still there, but the temperature, yes, you take out from the fridge or you just cooked right from the oven. That's different.
So it might even make sense if you're going to add chicken to your salad that if you can bring it in a separate container, heat it up. Just take the chill off of it, if you will, and then add that to your salad. So now it's got a little bit of warmth to it.
Yeah, in general, I always suggest patients eat warm food. Again, our enzyme have the optimum temperature. When the cold food get into our stomach, the enzyme has to, warm it up first to digest the food.
Hmm.
So again, it's like you have to spend $20 to use the rest $80. Instead, you can use the $100 totally.
So let's go to acne now. The needles have come out. You've already did your intake. Now it's time. Um, are you applying the needles within the face and finding different, to increase blood flow to reduce the chance of acne and pimples?
That's a very good question, Steve. Actually, some people I recall even when I was a student in my school, I think the teacher told us don't put the needle in the pimple because that may cause inflammation stuff.
Mm, mm.
But to my understanding and my practice, I think first we should your spleen deficient, we should tonify your spleen, right? That's the main route we should choose because that's the reason why you have pimple. But for the branch, which means acne on the face, what we should do, I will put some needle on the face, maybe not right in the pimple, but there are a lot of points on the face, like stomach channel on the face, like small intestine on the face, where you put some points to just help out the move the qi and blood. Because when you have the pimple, which means also you have some stagnation, right? The qi and blood cannot move. So treat the spleen is the root, but put some acupuncture needle on the face is a branch. So usually it's really helping. A lot of people, like my patients, they said, I didn't come in for acne, but now I felt like a little bit of acne disappeared.
Wow. Yeah, this learned a lot here today, especially about the food and how acupuncture can support something else that many of us didn't even think of. Obviously, this needs to be done in your office in New York City. Certainly on a consultation basis, you can do that virtually to talk with somebody or even just start a conversation. What's your website, Dr. Kelly?
It's Kelly121acupuncture.com.
And you're available if somebody just goes on the website, they can click a contact or fill out a form and reach you?
Yes, they can fill in the form or they can email me at info@kelly121acupuncture.com or call me at 347-885-1865.
Thank you very much for today. Thank you for all the insight. Always learn a lot with you, and I really appreciate it. Thank you again.
Thank you, Steve.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.